Oh, sorry, my sound is me okay? Thumb up if you can hear me. Anybody? Cool, great. Let's do it. Tai Chi for gait and balance. I am Otto Dittmer. Most of you know me, but just in case there's someone on the video who doesn't, sorry about that. Rip rap. So, time to set up your space. I each time I go out of my way to give you time to do that because it's really what makes this specific class flow really well is two chairs or something that creates this same setup where you have something on your left and right that allows you to place your hand to make you feel safe so that when you do weight shift exercise or single leg standing, you can relax through your body and have a feeling of emergency safety as well as support, right? So two chairs, a decent amount of space so you're not cramped together, but not so far apart that you don't feel like you can get to them relatively efficient. And then a third chair back from them, right? So notice my chair's not in between, my chair is back because what's really valuable, it's a Taoist concept, actually, an interesting one. The value of a cup is the space inside the cup because then you can actually pour some tea in there or something. The value of this setup is the empty space that it's surrounding because it's in that empty space that we do our turning and our different movements, right? So create that space, then have a seat in your chair, scoot to the front edge of your chair, go through that protocol that hopefully is somewhat embedded in your mind. Jong Jung, central upright. That's practically, usually, tip your pelvis forward, lift your chest slightly up, bring your chin slightly down. That creates a vertical pivot. Then the second thing is sung, or soft, supple, pliable, relaxed, loose, buoyant. That then allows everything to, instead of being jammed up with itself, to create a little space, a little open space between every relationship in the body. Then that upright and then relaxed body can allow for Chunwan and Ching Ling, which is kind of one thing, but it's got two parts to it. It's got downward settling that gives you stability and this feeling of light and nimble through the body. Then into that body, let's breathe. In through the nose, long, smooth, and full. Hold that breath full. Exhale when you're ready, long, smooth, and empty. Out the nose for the mouth. Hold the breath empty. When you're ready, inhale and hold. And when you're ready, exhale and hold. Continue doing that at your own pace. Practically speaking, as you do this, there should be, will be requests from your body asking you to do something, right? Maybe it's my neck. Just kind of turn a little because it feels good to do it. Or maybe you want to lean to the left or right because you feel a little stiff. Or I see Gail going for it, right? She's folding and then lifting. So that's the art of the practice, personalizing it for your own body. Don't feel like you're stuck here going, Okay, when are we going to be done? Instead, breathing, feeling your body, allowing any little movements to happen. This is all meditation, which means just being present with what's going on and then responding to that. So that's the intuitive movement. And then we add on, formal movement. So let's go to it. Slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back. Make this very satisfying, very complete. Arching. And then settle to neutral. Slide the hands forward past your knees, hollow the chest, round the back, drop that. Then we do it again. Slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back. Shape shift. Make change. Be bigger in front than you normally are. And arch and look up. And then relax and settle and slide those hands forward and round the back and drop the head. Let's do it 3 more times. Really getting the breath involved as you inhale. Go into that arch position. And as you exhale, go into the rounded position. Inhale. And exhale. Couple more. And then settle to that neutral. Left hand forward, right hand and elbow back. Turn, twist. And then back to center on the inhale and turn and twist. Inhale, center, turn and twist. Same idea, just take your time. We're not here to do a certain number of these. Just like it doesn't matter how many times, you're not trying to wring out a rag by doing 10 wring outs, right? You're wringing out a rag to actually wring out the rag. So each twist, treat it like that. And then come on back and go the other way. One more each way. Then we're back to center. Hang the arms loose and just shift to the right buttock, side bend. Float your left wrist up, left foot up, and just almost fall out of your chair. Then come back to middle, and then lean to the left and almost fall out of the chair, but don't. And then back to center. Lean. So we all want to have better posture, right? So that everything can flow well through the body. And the practical way you get better vertical posture is by exploring all the ranges of movement. That also gives us this functioning pivot point in the middle of the body. And we're back to neutral. Shoulder blades. Actually, let's do arms instead today. Feet closer together a little bit. Fold forward from the hips. Go arms forward, backs of hands touch, come up, chest level. Big open. Get the arms a little behind you. Palms face forward. Slide down. And loose. Let's do that a couple of times. Forward. Up. And then we go. Back behind you a little bit. Let this open up your chest area a bit. And then down. And neutral. 2 more. Let's do full range, forward and up, and just whatever your full range is. It could be a little bit higher, it could be above your head, and then down, neutral. And remember this important point, there's all of this room in front of your body, right? But when you go back, you don't go nearly the same. So it's only a little bit behind. Otherwise, you risk cranking the shoulder and bothering the shoulder. So don't overdo this one in the back, but really explore out in front, up, and then this, oh. Now, same thing in reverse. Start at the chest level, back and up, forward, closed, down, and then alongside the legs. Again, back and up. Make sure the whole body's open. And then the whole body in front closes and down. That helps us find neutral. Open, up, close, down, neutral. One more. Then we go full range, back, open, up, way up, way up, and out in front. And three more like that. Back, open, out, up, way, down. Natural inhale would occur here. And natural exhale. And neutral. All right. Scoot back on your chair so you're very stable. Lift your right knee, gently grab the knee, pull the knee up and in with a softly flexed foot, meaning toes pulled back. Push, load, down. And then we switch. Bring that knee up, use the hands to get that extra load, then push, load, down. And switching each time. Load, push, load, down. Load, push, load. Continue. All right, we're just getting the full range, all the way loaded, all the way extended, all the way loaded. Now, a couple with no hands, just the brain. Load, push, load, down, load, push, load, down. One more each. And then right into foot and ankle, point, flex. And tilt in, tilt out. Circle. And reverse circle. Point and flex. Tilt in, tilt out. Circle. reverse circle. And now, scoot once again to that front edge of your chair. Step your feet a little wider apart than hip distance. Let's lift the toes and turning on the heels, turn your knees and toes in, knees and toes out, knees and toes in, knees and toes out. Emphasize in your mind separation between pelvis and groin area and then the legs where they plug in. So we want this vertical pillar with that looseness, and we also want to not be glued stuck right where your legs meet your body, right? It's this area that's glued and stuck that impacts bad back issues, knee issues, clumsiness issues, throws off the posture. So this ability to be loose and relaxed through the arms, vertical and upright, and then free at the hip joint, right? Now, neutral, lift the heels, go heels in, opening here, and then lift the heels, heels out, knees in. So you got this vertical, upright, loose, and then we got to have looseness right here. So you can see when I do this, I'm not being yanked on, I'm not stuck. So that's the goal. That's the North Star, is loose, which then can allow for live freedom of movement, right? So loose, loose, loose. But at first, if it's stiff, you have to kind of bring it out and bring it out, bring it out. And now we're neutral. Now from that same space, hinge. Sit vertical, tip back. So we've got that vertical line, loose arms, we fold and rise, tip back, rise and fold. Now, Chun-One. Chun-One means downward sinking heaviness is where we get our stability from. So keep the weight down underneath you. And instead of it going under your chair, you fold and go forward so it's down under your feet. And that allows your body to rise all the way tall because it's loose, because it's relaxed. And then fold. Notice when I fold, I stick the hips back a little. That's what tips the body, not me bending like this, but the hips right there. And then the sitting of the buttocks is what allows everything else to happen and commit. So loose, relaxed, we fold, we keep light in the arms, rise up. The weight is down there. That's where stability comes from, not from tension and grip, but from just being looser and more relaxed. At first, that looseness feels like less stability because it is. It's less of this kind of stability, what they call bracing, brace for impact, right? Bracing. But it's more of this seemingly foreign type of stability. At first, it's foreign to us until we go, oh, I got it. And so now keep that weight under your feet and just be loose. Don't sit in your chair. Now just sink and rise so that you feel total freedom of movement or close to it in the body, and yet you're absolutely stable. We have 2 feet plugging in, like a 2-prong plug into the ground. Now stay standing. You got a chair on your right side. Come stand in front of it. Now, we've got our 2-prong plug in the feet. Now, just tip forward a little bit so those 2 prongs are just the balls of your feet only plugging into the ground. And then rock back and make it just your heels. Hands on the chair for safety. Remember, keep you safe there. And then rock into the toes. Make the two prongs just the balls of the feet. And then two prongs are just the heels of the feet, plugging us in to the ground. Now go into your toes, stay in your toes, and lift and lower. Rock back and then lift the toes and lower. Rock forward and lift and lower. Rock back and lift, lower. Forward, lift, lower. Back, lift, and lower. Now, hands on the back of the chair, heels of the hand. Walk your feet back. Fold right at the same hips that I was just talking about, that same junction there. Stick the butt way back, the arms extend forward, get a nice stretch through the shoulders, the back, the hips, the legs. Oh. And then chest up, hips a bit forward. We do that one more time. Hip hinge. Stick the booty way back. Stretch. And then let's go chest up, hips somewhat forward, walk all the way forward. Stand up vertical. Turn and face forward. And then stepping once again back so you have space in front of you with the chair as support. Now go no hands if you can. Take your index finger, touch your navel. From that navel, just shift the weight a little over to your right leg. And then soften the right leg, let it bend a little, and feel the emptiness in the left leg. And now lift the left heel so you get to the tip of the shoe, and then land that heel down, and then from the middle, shift over. Remember that it's less sideways movement than you think. It's more about this down through a soft leg. Most people are locking the leg or going too far over or both. We got to learn how to, from the middle, just a little over, sink through the leg that you're on so that the other leg is empty, put it down, and shift. So just a little bit to the right, but then it's this down direction that we need. So this one's empty. And again, shift, down. Now, if touching the navel helps you, keep doing it. If you want, you can drop the arm. Sink. Get to the point possibly where as you sink, you feel like, okay, I could lift to the toe as I'm sinking. And then I'm shifting and sinking and lifting. Teacup on your head, not sloshing all over the place because we're just going down, 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 down. And you see I'm speeding it up. I'm not saying you need to, but I'm just showing that I'm still doing the same down, 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 and I can get to the point where now I'm basically running, right? Just by going, and you notice I'm not moving very much. There's a little bit. So this is the skill. It's subtle, but it's only accessible the softer we get. Now stay in your left leg. Fingertips touch the chair, go tippy toe, float a little bit. Place the foot down with no weight. Change. It's the same down that allows you to maybe lift. Place the foot down, then it's down, lift. Put the foot down, down and lift. Put the foot down and lift. Put the foot down, lift, down, lift, down, lift. Choom, choom. So now I'm just showing this can go kind of run in place, just relaxing. 100% zero, 100% zero, 100% zero. That's the trick. Down. That's Tai Chi, right? Hand on the chair. Put all the way down through your left leg. Tippy toe. Now here we do 4 in a row. 1. Put the whole foot down. Do it with the same leg again. 1. Down. So what we're doing here is trying to separate very clearly full empty. Only an empty leg can go all the way up and all the way down and back up again, just like an octopus tentacle, right? Go ahead and switch. Hand on chair, all the way, all the way. So feel free to really check yourself, because some of you, like Mark Altenberg, you're stopping right about here, and that's fine, but I want you eventually to get here. So you can even grab the leg a little and pull up. Yeah, that we want to get to that edge and then all the way down. So don't just stop here. Getting that bit extra if you can over time, right? Not to like make you strain your body. So now let's switch each time. We go shift. Now it's lift, lower, shift, lift, lower, shift, lift, lower, shift, right? Someday you'll be able to just be light on the chair or no hand on the chair at all, as long as you remember it's the down that gives you the ability to come up. The down and neutral. Now, put all the weight into your left leg, put your right heel in front, and then bring that foot back and switch all the way down through your right leg so your left foot can step heel out. And down through your left leg, right foot out. Back. Down through your right leg, left foot out. Back. Down. Now, right foot out, commit the weight down through your right leg. And then commit the weight down through your left leg. Really feel this kind of distinct quality of letting the weight just go down moves you forward by itself. You don't have to push your head out or lean your chest or pitch forward, which is what everybody does when they walk. Instead of down, 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 down. Now the weight down through your back leg, fingertips touch the chair, float, down, shift. Back leg empty, just bend the knee, touch the toe, shift. The weight down through your left leg, float, down, shift. Bend the knee, toe, shift. Float, shift. Knee. Now, stay in your back leg, fingertips touch the chair. We go lift, lower, shift. Back leg empty, go forward and up. Reach back, shift. Weight down through your back leg, lift, lower, shift. Lift, lower, back, shift. One more. Training the middle. Training the vertical. Let's change sides. Put all the weight in your right leg, left heel out. Bring that foot back and change. Put your right heel out. So here, just get the feeling that when you get ready to walk, the first thing you do should not be going forward like this. That's falling, and then hopefully you caught yourself. That's what a lot of people call walking. Falling forward and catching themselves. Right? You see me falling forward and catching myself. It looks like walking, right? But it's not the best kind, because as soon as the foot drags on the floor a little and I've already pop committed, versus if I shifted and said, okay, boom, right? Then I prepared. I said, okay, I'm ready to take a step. So down where you are, put the left foot out. Now we commit, commit. Down in front moves you forward. Down to the leg behind you moves you back. Teacup on the head, vertical jong jong, upright. Song, relaxed and loose. Chunwon, the stability is below. Qingling, the body is nimble, is light. Fingertip touch chair. Ching Ling leg, stability leg, and down. And now make this one your Chun One or stability. And this one's got that Ching Ling. And then chain. And then chain. And then chain. 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 And then fingertips touch the chair. Up, down, shift. And then forward and up. Reach it back. Shift. Weight is down. This leg up, down, shift. Then forward and up. Reach it back. Shift. So we're traveling through space, but we're always grounded, always internally still. Stillness inside of movement. And switch sides again. Step. Put all the weight in your left leg. Step your right heel in front. Shift into your right leg. Then step that back foot forward and shift into it. So 2 steps forward. And then shift, step, shift. Then we're back to where we started. Let's do it again. Shift, step, shift. And reverse. Shift, step, shift. So we're basically just meditating, right? We're just vertical, upright, relaxed, breathing naturally, but we're meditating in motion. Just easy and ease. Now, fingertips on chair, we go lift, lower, shift, small obstacle, up and over, and then shift. Bend that knee, touch the toe down, then we go shift, small obstacle, up, tuck, soft and long reach, and then shift. Leg is empty, therefore it's got mobility. Now turn that leg into your stability leg, this one empty, and then shift. Little bend of the knee. Shift. Up, tuck, reach, shift. Lift, lower, shift. Step over, shift. Up, tuck, reach, shift. And then finally that full range, use the chair so you can maximum lift, soft elongation, shift. Use the chair so you can go heel to butt, knee all the way up, extend soft and long, lower softly, and then shift. And then we go knee all the way up and then back, shift. So we're just breaking open the stagnation, the residue. Lift, lower, shift, heel, knee, foot. One addition, make sure mouth, if you can, closed so you're nasal breathing. Nasal breathing. And back. Other side. Put all the weight in your right leg, left foot out, and we go shift, step, shift. Shift, back, step back, shift back. Again, shift, step, shift. Shift, step, shift. Now, fingertip on chair, we're going for lift, lower, shift. Now, back leg empty, can step over that small obstacle, and then shift. Back leg, little flamingo. Touch the toe, down. Now, up, tuck, reach, shift. And then lift, lower, shift. Step over that obstacle, shift. Knee, toe, shift. Up, tuck, reach, shift. Lift, lower. So it's all about where's the body weight? Is it stuck or is it released? When it's released, at first it feels less stable, but then the more you practice it, the more you feel this wonderful separation of groundedness and buoyancy instead of it all jumbled together. Now, left knee up, down, shift. Now we go heel, knee, foot, down, and shift. And then up, back, shift. So remember that separation I was talking about, the pelvis and spine separate from the legs is key. So now I'm connected here, and this one is empty enough to do that whole thing without causing any disruption. And then I shift, and now this is stable, so this one is free to do all of that. And then shift, and now this one's free. And then change, and this one's free. So the moving one catches our attention, but it's all made possible by this unsung hero here. And now this is the unsung hero here to allow all this wonderful, fancy stuff to happen. Right? The sturdy leg makes it possible. And then the sturdy leg. And then the sturdy leg. And the sturdy leg. All right. Come over to the far left of your space. Turn down range. So give yourself a big old runway with the chairs representing emergency exits that you can get off as needed. Level 1, put all the weight in the right leg, touch, step, and then shift. So shift by going down to move forward. Down, 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 down. And then in reverse. Down, step back. Down, step back. Important thing, again, is that when this leg goes behind you, your body is not pulled back with it. That's the clumsiness. When this is empty, you see this step back or forward happens independent of any movement of the body. Once there, then there, that moves you. So stepping this foot without any movement of your body, step, shift, step, shift, forward, shift, step with no weight, shift all the way. No weight, all the way. Step with no body weight, shift all the body weight. None, all. Back, back, back. Feel free to stay with that one for the next 2 rounds or add the stepping over a small, medium obstacle. It could be a very small obstacle or a bigger one, but the idea is you challenge yourself to say, can I pick up the foot that's behind me, bring it over something and set it down without any weight and then commit to it. And then that foot is empty. One more round. Either level 1 or level 2. Some of you might be working on level 3. When things start to feel really good and balanced, you can start to challenge full range. Heel, knee, foot, leg, down, heel. Of course, be careful, right? It's this balance of opposites. We are supposed to challenge and push on our edges, but if we push too far, we can injure or fall, right? But if we never push our edge, then especially as we age, and then you add a thing like Parkinson's or other issues, it just narrows and narrows and narrows and narrows and narrows and narrows. And that's what you see. So each of you has to find your ability to push against your boundaries, but keep yourself safe. If you can find that, you can really get a lot of benefit. Let's turn and face forward. Now we're going all the way in the left. Step the right foot out and back in. Out and in. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. Out, in. Out. Now put it out. The weight goes down through your empty leg. That moves your body sideways. Then go down through your other leg. You move back where you were. There's no need to lean the body. There's no need to push the body. There's no need to do anything extra other than jong jung, vertical upright, song, soften and relax. Let the weight get to the earth through chunwon, through releasing, letting it sink. And now stay in your right leg, bring your left foot in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Now, in, keep it in, down through the left. The body only moves a little bit sideways. Down through the right. Down through the left. I love this one. I think this one is so important for people because when balance becomes an issue, what happens is people get wider and wider stances, and then they get stuck like this. And then when they walk, it becomes the John Wayne walk, which is falling and catching yourself. And then you don't feel that comfortable. And sometimes people say, well, get a wider base for balance. That's true. But if you practice this, this forces you to loosen up this mechanism area here. Down, down. It forces you to realize it's not pushing hips. It's not locking legs. Because if I lock my leg, I have to pull to lift. But if I sink through this leg, suddenly this is light and free. And then sink through this leg and sink, 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 sink. Right? This freedom of movement. Now, all the way through your left, step. All the way through the right, step. All the way through the left, step. Right, step. Left, step. Right, step. Left step. Right step. Left step. Right step. Now, down. Bring the foot in. Down. Step the foot out. Down. 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 Because again, what do most people do? They go, I'm stepping that way in this leg. They pick it up and jump it to get out there, right? Instead of step it. It's much more graceful and elegant and effective. Now let's put that together with our shift and turn, brush and sweep. Shift and turn, brush and sweep. Shift and turn, brush and sweep. Step left foot in. Change the weight into the left leg. Turn, brush and sweep. Step out. So we're traveling to the right while doing the bear washing paw. And I really hope that you guys can get the sense of this being a Tai Chi practice that you can explore freestyle, right? So you see the looseness of the arms. This is the bear washes paws, right, where the hands are close to the body. But then when you start to take that cast away, that hand casting away, right, like out and around, that's the bear swirls the string, which we work on in the Friday class. So now do that, where it's swirl and close and swirl, close, swirl and swirl. Should be traveling to your left. Should be walking to your left, right? Notice how I'm walking to my left. I'm stepping, shifting, and turning. And then I'm stepping, shifting, and turning, and stepping, shifting, and turning. Now the bear swats the jumping fish. Brush knee and swat. When you're over here, the left foot steps in. The hands change. Then we're ready to go shift and turn, brush and swat. When you're over here, as the hands are changing, you're stepping. And Gail, notice how your right hand somehow already got all the way over there. Yeah. Shift and turn, brush and swat that jumping fish. Keep the hands on the right side of the body as you step in, and then shift and turn and brush and swat. Keep the hands on the left side of the body as you step, and then keep them on the right side of the body as you step, and step, step, step. High jumping fish. Way up with one arm and the other is low. And then you step in and they got to switch. So now the one that was high goes low, the one that was low goes high all the way across. And then the high one goes low and the low one goes high. And so how do we find and cultivate our cockpit, our wheelhouse, our middle pivot? This is how. We put it to work, yinning and yanging. What was yang becomes yin, what is yin becomes yang, and then vice versa again. What is high goes low and across, what is low goes high and across, and then they switch. And then they switch again. They switch again. Then we get a little more sophisticated wing, roll, fold, so that we're ready to go shift, turn, brush knee, and push. And then they wing, roll, fold. Left hand comes down as you step in, shift and turn, brush knee, and push. Right hand goes down, left arm, wing, roll, fold. Stepping, we go brush knee and push. And then they change again. Brush knee and push. And they change again. Brush knee and push. Just traveling while turning, moving, and what is up goes down, what is down goes up, and then it goes up again and goes down again. All of this putting a load on our brain, putting a load on the pivot point in the body to organize it. So it's not about haphazardly swinging the body around crazily, right? That throws everything off. It's about being organized around the middle, feeling how it's still Zhong Zheng Song, Chun Wan and Ching Lin. And then wash, wash, settle. Wing roll full. Settle to the belly. Make sure you settle to the belly. And turn your palms to face in at the body. And Sarah, your elbows are a little flared out. Relax them a little bit extra. Drop your elbows a little more. Shoulders relax. And then hands cross and come down. Now come stand in between your chairs. Most dangerous moment by the data is turning, changing direction. Why? Because most of the time people do it either by falling and stepping and hoping to catch themselves, or falling and hoping to catch themselves, just like anything else. And it's, at least this way, it's not that difficult to sort of fall catch. We're used to that. But when we turn, now we've added a whole bunch of variables. So middle pivot, vertical axis, down, just like when we went down through one to step the other forward, same thing here. Turn that foot out and then shift down through it and bring your left foot to match it. Do that again. So you're going to turn to your right. So instead of yanking on your body to turn it, sink down through the left to free you up to turn open to your right. Then shift down through your right, and now you should be facing 180 degrees away from camera, away from the screen. And then you do it again. Go down through your left leg so your right is free to turn open. And then shift into the right and bring it around and reorient. Down through your left, open. Down through your right, bring the left foot around. Just do that a few times. Feel free, if you start to feel comfortable with it, perk your head up and look where you're going. So can you control both? Like you're saying, oh, I need to go to the right side of the room. So you're sinking through your left, you're turning your head, turning your body, shift, and then turning the leg out, and then shifting in and reorienting that way. So let your eyes lead the way. But first you have to make sure you remember, oh yeah, I got to get the support from going down, turning open, and then down, stepping, down, turning open, down, step. So just that alone would really assist keeping everybody safe here. Now, other direction, go down through your right leg, turn the left foot out, shift, and then step the right foot around. And then we go down through the right leg, open, step, down through the right leg, open, step, down, step, down, step. So this starts putting some demand on the rotation, the spirals, right? Where walking forward is one use of the mechanics in one plane of movement. This is the transverse plane, the rotating, the turning. One more time around, but feeling stillness within that movement. So there's stillness inside your body as you use your rotators to turn. Now the other way, so right leg empty, instead of turning externally, we turn internally. So turn the toes in, let the knee have a little bend, shift, and bring the left foot to match the right foot. We do it again. Sink down through the left leg, turn, pigeon toe, and then shift into the right leg. It should feel like a bit of a backwards movement. So you're turning the right toes in, and then a shift. It feels like you're moving somewhat backwards in the body, right? You're turning, shifting, it's sort of like backwards, retreating. Go around one more time. Then we do that with the left. So it's closing, neutral, closing, neutral, closing, neutral, closing, neutral. Go around twice. Now let's put those last two together. Turning right leg out, opening. Shift into the right leg, left foot now free. Go beyond neutral and close. And in 2 foot movements, try to get near 180-degree orientation change. So in 2 foot moves, and you can watch me do it, I'll do it one more time. So I'm facing this way, I'm going to be facing 180 degrees in 2 foot moves. 1, I'm shifting and turning, but I don't stop here. I turn that foot in, and now I'm 180 degrees this way. So try that a couple of times on your own. Doesn't have to get to 180, but it's the idea that by turning out this and turning in this, we get our maximum athletic orientation. Plus, it's just healthy for the hips and the back and everything because it's demanding. Right? A lot of times this stuff feels awkward. That's really because the brain has gotten so accustomed to just doing this one way or this sort of like grooved pathways. And so then we start going this way, we're like going off into the weird places of the neural network. But that's why it's so important to do it, to go and put ourselves into these weird relationships. One more time. And neutral, and then let's switch. Left leg out, change the weight, right leg in, change. Turning out is an opening, and then this is a closing. Opening, closing, opening, closing. And once you're facing forward, face forward and stay there. Move over closer to your right side chair. Put all your weight in the right leg, hand on the chair. Left leg, turn external. Lift the heel, get to the tippy toe, and lift the leg. Then close it in and soften it long back to the earth. And we'll do it again. External, tippy toe, lift, and then close, soft and long down. Turn it open. Tippy toe, lift, and down. So this is eventually a spiraling movement. That's very circular and spiral. But at first we have to kind of like a square. Turn, lift to the toe, lift while open, right? We're still open. And then we close, lower it all the way down, and then open again. Tippy toe, lift, close it in, down, open and lift, close and down. Step out, shift, hand on this chair. External rotation, tippy toe, lift, close, lower down, turn it out. Tippy toe, lift, close, down, turning out. Tippy toe, lift, out to in circle, eventually flowing a little bit. Switch sides again. Now, instead of turning out, on the ball of the left foot, turn in. Internal rotation, tippy toe. Now bring this knee across, up to out, down while still open. So the legs are turned out. Now on the ball of the foot, turn. Tippy toe, cross, up and over, down. On the ball of the foot, turn. tippy toe, knee across and up, open, down. Switching sides, turn on the ball of the foot, tippy toe. It looks like I lost you guys there for a second. Sorry. Up and out, down. Ball of foot, tippy toe, cross, come up and out, down. Ball of foot, tippy toe, across and up, over top, down. Turn. Inside out circles. And stand in the middle. Palms together. Rub. Rub the back of one hand. Palms. Back of other hand. Palms. And then groin. So that inguinal crease. So Altenberg, I'm not on the thighs. Right? I'm on that sensitive spot right in there, the groin area. There you go. All the way up to here too. So this whole line right along genital area here, right up to here, that's the inguinal crease. It's a really important spot where bunching up and jamming happens. So we clear that. Then we go hip flexors, front of the upper thigh. So now I'm going out. Right? Before I was going down like this, now I'm going out, right? We're sort of carving a path. Then we're going tail up towards the lumbar, trying to dredge out stagnation in these areas. And then we just go down, around to the inside, and all the way up to the groin, through the groin to the navel. Touch your belly button. That's your middle. And then just to clear, go up the outer arm, turn the arm, down and off. Again, up the outer, turn, down and off. Up, down, up, and down. Switch. Up, down, up, down, up, and down. Bounce, and close. Seal. 1, 2. Thank you, everybody. Great job. All right, any questions or thoughts? Please unmute and ask. Guys, have a great rest of your week. Anything? Renee, your microphone sounds like a squirrel again, so I don't know what you're saying. I'm thinking it's probably you're just saying goodbye. So anyway.
Thank you, Otto. See you on Friday.
All right, Mark, take care.
Thanks a lot, Otto.
Yeah, Renee says thanks. Good. I'm going to mute you, Renee, because it's such a funny sound. Bye, Gail, Sarah, Mark. See y'all. Bye, Gail.
Thank you, Otto.
See y'all. Yeah, bye.